Hi, I'm Cary, the creator of the 3 P's of Success and the author of Courage Facing Mortality. And today I want to talk to you about the debacle or the horrendous activity that happens in our community. Everywhere USA, yeah. We're hearing all sorts of horror stories, whether it's Colorado, whether it's Connecticut, whether it's Virginia Tech, whether it's the DC metropolitan area. All over this country, we're hearing how youth seemingly more and more are out of control. And for those that do live, they seem to live in a state of despair. So there's a lot of things that we really need to do as a community at large to help and to protect today's youth. You know, there was an incident that happened here in the DC metropolitan area not too long ago, and we had an emergency town hall meeting. And you know, we had all these people out here, the radio stations and the TV cameras, and the bottom line is, none of that matters. I mean, it's a start, but it doesn't matter if that's all it's going to amount to. Yes, we do need solutions, but we need structure, and we need consistency, and we need accountability. That's the bottom line. Those things are very pertinent in creating change and giving change an opportunity to thrive and to survive. Now, you know, I look at the media outlets. We got movies, we've got TV, we've got radio, we've got music videos, we've got video games. All of these things, sometimes they have a level of either violence or perverseness that has an impact on our youth. Why? Because they see it over and over and over again. And what is that saying? Repetition is the mother of all learning. So the more they're exposed to it, the more it becomes common, the more they become numb to it. And it truly makes a difference. You may take it as it's a way for them to pacify themselves, or they should be old enough to know, but anyone hearing something over and over again, seeing something over and over again, will be impacted by that image or by that sound bite. And it's very important. We need to have an overall community partnership. I'm talking about the schools, the way they used to be, communicating with the families, letting them know when the kids step out of line. You know, not necessarily that they have to have corporal punishment, but they have to be, or has to be, a level of accountability. There has to be. We also have the community who used to watch the kids when they stepped out of line, and they would, you know, let the parents or let the families know that the kids were out of line. And they would tell the kids themselves. They would try to put the kids in their place. But today none of that happens. So we need that to be something that's very relevant and prevalent in our communities again. Schools communicating with the families, the businesses or the local community that lives in the residents. They are also looking at the kids and pulling them up on things that they're doing wrong. And it's not all about pouncing on them when they're wrong, but these are some things that need to happen. We also need, besides the community, besides the local businesses, we need the nonprofits and the traditional businesses to have a working relationship with each other. They have to, because they're trying to outdo one another. Although their product or service may be in different areas, you know, one may think they're better than the other because they got all these grants and they have all these maybe nice facilities or alleged programs, but what are you doing with them? If the kids don't know that your program exists, what good is your program? What value are you really adding? And again, we have to have repetition. There has to be this structure in place. The kids have to know what it is you have to offer. And maybe, you know, creating a job training, you know, at a certain point when kids are participating in your program. And for the traditional businesses, give the kids an opportunity to either work after school, work on the weekends, work during the summer. You know, people aren't so much afraid if they feel they have something. And I know these are tough times and these are tight times, but if it's up to us, we have to come up with some solutions, because no one is coming up with the solutions for us. So we have the media that's doing things that maybe they need to curtail what they're doing. We have the schools who we need to communicate with the families. We have the nonprofits and traditional businesses that need to also communicate with within the community. You know, all these things work hand in hand with one another. And overall, if everyone is doing their part, their individual parts, it works towards the collective. And you wonder sometimes regarding the businesses, the non-traditional business, or the non-profits, you know, the 501(c)s, right? Well, if there are not kids coming to the programs, if there are not kids that know about the programs, then why? Simply why is that not happening? Maybe your traditional program is not really what's reaching the kids. We have to reach them where they are. We have to build value in your programs. You know, they like media, they like iPods and video games and PlayStation and Xbox. Well, maybe we have to use those things, and even Facebook, use those things that they like, things that they're familiar with, interwoven into your program, and create some type of a value system, whereas that thing that they like more can be seen as a benefit versus a pacifier, something that they easily can attach to and they get nothing out of it. Maybe if they score well or do something within your program, within the structure of what your organization is about, it will give them an opportunity to want to learn more versus killing someone over a pair of shoes. Maybe teaching them how to run the business where they can have as many pair of shoes as they want. Maybe teaching them some of the basic structures of being an entrepreneur. These are some of the things that are missing. You know, we have to look at everything. Just like when they send a rocket to the moon. You don't just send a rocket to the moon. Yeah, you may draw the outline, but then you have to do all the research. What does it take to propel a rocket into space? How much force is used? How much fuel? How far can it go? Step-by-step programming. We can't just meet together once with media, with radio, have TV cameras and talk about how irate this is and how sad that is. No, we need to be structured. We need to be disciplined, and we have to start somewhere. What do I do? Yes, I do things. I meet with kids and have met with kids on many occasions in a structured environment with programs and without or outside of that structured environment. You know, creating a opportunity for them to share their creative talents. You know, that's one thing. One thing I do because that's what I know how to do, and that's something I was able to make happen. And I was able to make it happen at no charge for the young person. Whether it's been rapping, music performing, spoken word. You know, give them opportunity to film using cameras, you know, learning what different creative arts are about that can generate business, generate revenue for them. You know, find out what makes them tick, allowing them to be exposed to things that they normally might not be exposed to, different environments, how the business world works, how the business community, you know, creates opportunity to affect our local communities and the communities at large. There's so much we can do to try to help our kids. We can't save everyone, but we can save more than who we are saving today. Look at the numbers, the murder rates, the death rates, the kids that are not graduating. There's got to be something that we can do. We can do a lot more than what we're doing. And I plead to you, I plead with you, I plead alongside of you. Let us all work hand in hand, even if there are just groups here and there, working towards the same goal, saving our youth, building value, building structure. Okay? Look, I can go on and on about this, and I know you don't want to hear about it, but I get excited about it because I know that something can be done. You know, I'm an individual. I don't have grant money. I don't have a structured location where I can do things constantly. But given the opportunity, I can assure you, I will use all and can use all that is within me, all of my creative talents, skills, and abilities to put some value into our youth. So I forge you, I implore you, find your pleasure, find your passion, and find your purpose. Make a difference. Thank you.